Praise the Lord. And I'm talking to more and more of you. And I know it's the Lord. When the revelation of Him, of your identity, it's really settling in. It's such an overwhelming feeling, position. And I know that this, more people I'm talking to, even the ones that used to be ministers, pastors, doing things in Christian religion, it's so easy to just let things go when that revelation comes. Like the Apostle Paul says, I could not stand against the vision. I could not come against that vision. Jesus said He is one with His body. Why are you persecuting me? That's what He told Saul. He is one with His body. He is that person that I was throwing in the jail. He is that person that maybe I was gossiping or I cannot stand. He is that sister, that brother, that kid. It's Him. I couldn't stand against that vision. I had to do something with that. And I see this more and more, what is happening to you. In Elijah's life, something came in, which I know for some of us, it's the time also, which is multiplication, which is picking, choosing, and building leaders. Jesus did that almost at the beginning. Some people say that, He started with miracles first and then He picked the disciples. We know He didn't get all of them at the same time. But for Him, that was so important because it says in the gospel that He picked the 12 for Himself to be with Him. So this multiplication is extremely dear to my heart. And this is what's happening with Elijah. So let's read 1 Kings 19:19. So he departed from there and found Elisha, the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him. And he was with the 12th. So if I calculate that correctly, there were 24 oxen. Okay, the yoke was 2, so 12 of 2s. 12 twos, and he was with the last one. Then Elijah passed by him and threw his mantle on him. I cannot understand really what was in Elisha's mind, but the way he reacted is that he was expecting that. But see, he was not meditating in a field. He was not just like waiting for the Lord to choose him. He was plowing, he was doing the work, probably for his family farm. He threw his mantle on him, and Elisha, left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, that shows me that he threw the mantle and left. He took off. Okay, so he ran after him and said, please, let me kiss my father and mother, and then I will follow you. It sounds kind of like the person that Jesus called and it says, "Let me go and bury my dad." It sounds a little bit like that, but just keep reading there. And he said to him, "Go back again, for what have I done to you? Somehow, don't forget what I've done to you." So Elisha turned back from him, took a yoke of oxen, and slaughtered them, and boiled their flesh, using the oxen's equipment, and gave it to the people, and they ate. Then he arose and followed Elijah, and became his servant. Let me kiss my father and mother. Elisha had a definite inner, hidden, secret life with God. He had a relationship with the Lord. So, yes, he had to say that so he can get the permission, knowing the type of prophet Elijah is. But he knew that there is nothing that he can go back for. First question that I got is, remember the encounter, remember the answer the Lord gave Elijah? It starts with the king of Syria, Hazael, then he goes to Jehu, the king of Israel, and then he goes to Elisha. That's the order. Elijah starts with the last one. Why? So, and actually, if you follow the instruction, if you follow the life that Elijah still had to live, he never does the first two tasks. Actually, Elisha does. He anoints Hazael, the king of Syria, and Jehu. Elisha does. So here is what I'm getting from here. This was Elijah multiplication. So he did those tasks through Elisha. You're getting it. Multiplication. So he went straight to Elisha. That was a multiplication, and he was going to do everything that the Lord required Elijah to do. So it's very important to know that Elijah was not in disobedience to the Lord, but he knew that the heart of the Lord was multiplication. So he went to Elisha first. Okay. It's just want to look a little bit at Elisha. He never had he never intended to go and kiss his father and mother. We don't know about his parents, but he never intended to do that. Okay. Basically, what he did was to destroy his old work. Yes, he brought a sacrifice, but actually gave the people to eat. So what he wanted to do is to say, forgetting was behind me. I will never plow anymore. I'll never go back to the old things that I used to do. Now I'm going forward. So he just burned all the bridges, so he could never go back. He knew he will never return back there. So definitely he was preparing for something new. Also, looking at Elisha, it seems like he was waiting his whole life for that. And when the opportunity came, I don't know if he had a dream, I don't know if he expected, I don't know if he knew when it's gonna happen. It doesn't sound like he knew because he was there plowing 12 yokes of oxen. I mean, that's a pretty prosperous, I would say, pretty prosperous person, farmer, right? But somehow in his heart, he was waiting for this opportunity and he could not miss it. I remember talking to one son recently, and for a few years, he was fairly complacent. Yeah, sonship, sure. Yeah, I'm serving the Lord. Yeah, it sounds good. I know I'm a son. Fairly complacent. So the shaking came. So I remember after the shaking, he was crying, looking at the grace of the Lord that picked him to reveal to him the Son. Like the Apostle Paul says in Galatians chapter 1, when by the grace of God, by his mercy, he revealed the Son in me, revealed Christ in me. So this brother was so overwhelmed. It's like the Father could have picked millions. There are lots of good people, good followers. They love the Lord. They're so special. There's so many. He picked me to reveal himself to me and to use me to take the seed of sonship everywhere. Who am I? It was so deep, like an explosion of revelation. After a few years, some of you probably been used to keep listening of the grace and righteousness, and yes, the Lord is my righteousness, and yes, my sins are forgiven, and it becomes like a letter, becomes like the old man that has passed away. It has no more life, vibrance, power to change you. It's just the same old, same old. Elisha has been waiting. And when that moment happened, he knew he's gonna burn the old and never look back. Is this where you are? Is this what you are ready to do? The Father is speaking to you. He picked you from maybe a whole family, tribe, clan, generation. He picked you. He put his mantle on you. It says, remember what I did to you. That fire. The fire can never go out, never be extinguished. It has to grow. Come on, son. For a time such as this, I picked you. Come on.